What's up, you guys? Thank you for clicking on this video. So as you can tell by the title, Supreme Class is back with the reveal of Star Convoy a few weeks ago. With the new price point, Titan Class is changing. It's basically an updated, new modern version of Supreme Class at 150. So it's an interesting thing here. I've covered it in a couple videos recently, but I kind of want to talk about what this needs to be, in my opinion at least, because we are getting another Titan Class Trypticon. We're getting a Siege Omega Supreme next year, and I'm pretty sure that's it for Titan Class next year. So we're basically getting 3 Titan Class releases next year. Granted, 2 are reissues with a slight recolor and kind of remold by definition, with Trypticon them getting rid of the clear plastic. I don't know how this is going to affect Titan Class, and I guess you could say Supreme Class going forward. Now, obviously, technically, they haven't called this new sort of price point here Supreme Class, and it's not really replacing anything, too, so it's kind of confusing why they didn't just rebrand this as Supreme Class again. It would be a nice little nostalgic nod to people who were around back then collecting before Supreme Class got scrapped for Titan Class. But the case of the matter is, it basically is just Supreme Class, even if Hasbro isn't saying it. And I really hope for the future they just leave this new 150 price point as is, alongside doing figures at the $200 price point. Now, I don't know what that's going to entail in terms of factories and what Hasbro wants to do and the budget that they have every year for these Transformers toy lines. That could overstep things. They probably don't want to do that. I don't know. I'm not sure how the inside workings of their business are. But I'm just assuming here that if they do want to get certain characters done, they're trying to get stuff made as soon as they... I don't really want to say as soon as they can, but as soon as they kind of want to get more money out of people and to just get things done that should have already been done by now, because frankly, there's so many characters that Hasbro should have done years ago that we just still haven't gotten yet because of just how things are and how they present these toy lines nowadays. So maybe that's a factor with it as well. You know, they want to have the HasLabs, they want to start doing the made-to-order releases as well, I'd assume. And then they're introducing this new 150 price point here while simultaneously re-releasing and kind of, updating Trypticon and Siege Omega Supreme with basically technically 3 Titan Class releases and 1 kind of being Supreme Class next year. So I really hope for the future they start doing it in terms of we have Commander, Supreme Class, and then Titan Class, because I really do feel like a lot of characters would benefit from this new 150 price tag while still keeping the $200 one to get more faithful Titan Class releases that could be a bit better for certain characters, like a Grandis, or name whatever other Titan scaled type figure you would want that still needs to be made. But I don't know, I honestly don't know what Hasbro wants to do with the future of this, because if you look at Titan Class the last couple years when it got raised to $200, there were seemingly a lot of budget cuts with these guys. They stopped getting their minifigures. Metroplex was a super simplistic Titan and not really too dynamic as previous ones, and he still didn't even come with his Minicon drill bit. Same thing with Tidal Wave. He was even more simpler than Metroplex, but still at the same $200 price point. He was smaller, less engineering on him, and he still didn't come with his Minicon thrust. So they basically gutted minifigures from the recent Titan figures while raising it, like $30, $40 from the original MSRP back in 2019. So you were already seeing the budget cuts. They were getting a little more simpler, a little smaller, and they stopped coming with their minifigures, even at $200. So I feel like maybe they just did the 150 to kind of take it easy on collectors, because they know they're losing money here with certain fan bases and certain toy lines. So I feel like they're just catering to collectors and kind of taking it easy on us, taking the $50 off, making them a bit smaller while still trying to pack in as much as possible for the 150 price point. You know, they've made comparisons, or fans have made comparisons to this basically being a mainline retail release of a HasLab, very similar to what they did with Deathsaurus and Victory Saber, just being like 10-20 bucks cheaper or whatever, which is true if you compare the two. So I don't really know what the future holds here for what's going on. If this really is Supreme Class and they're still doing Titan Class alongside it, or if this is just Titan Class and, you know, we're just not going to see those $200 figures in the main line anymore, rather them doing reissues of older $200 Titan figures alongside the new 150 price point. That could be the case, or maybe next year in 2020, or the year after, I'm already in 2025, in 2026, the year after, they could do a Titan that's 200 bucks and a Supreme Class that's 150. Who knows? A lot of changes they could make, a lot of things that could stay the same. Your guess as good as mine. I'm just assuming and speculating here, but it's pretty exciting on where they could go with this new price point and what they could do with Titan Class, especially with this new reissue of Trypticon. It opens the door for a lot of things here for a new Metroplex, and it also raises a lot of questions on who they could reissue next and how they're going to handle Gen Selects and Titan Class going forward with this new price point. But yeah, guys, I don't want to ramble on too much longer. Just figured I'd talk about this because it's been a topic of discussion a little bit in the community the last few weeks on where this is going for the future. Is this Supreme Class? Is it not? Are they just getting rid of Titan Class $200 price point as a whole? Or what the future is going to hold here. But yeah, guys, let me know down in the comments below what y'all think about everything here. All my social medias are linked down below, including my email if you guys want to hit me up about business inquiries or if you want to message me about whatever, or if you want to commission a diorama from me, because I make dioramas for people for their stop motions, photography, or irregular display shelves in your homes. You could either hit me up on any of my social media accounts or just email me and we could work out a deal. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching this video. Catch y'all in the next one. Bye!